What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV, man. I appreciate y'all checking in with me, man. I don't know how the people doing, man. Hit the like button. Most definitely hit that subscribe button. We out here, man. I'm gonna wait for some of the guys to get in the room. But there's a lot of things popping in the sports world. Yeah, just let me know what y'all thinking. You know, there's a lot of things going on. You feel me? Sham, the Brooklyn Nets made a damn coaching change, so you already know what that's about. You know, it is what it is. It's Flight Sports. We're gonna get into this shit with the Dallas Mavericks, man. Number one, man. Dallas has just really been up and down. Right now they kind of on a little streak. They got a little subpar couple of teams coming up, but what I do wanted to let the people know is the Dallas Mavericks is pretty much battling with Oklahoma City for the sixth or seventh spot in the playoffs. Right now, Dallas is in the seventh spot. So it is the Wild Wild West. We don't know what could happen. Oklahoma City has been really proving themselves, and they've been really playing at an elite level. Chris Paul has really led this team, and I feel like the Dallas Mavericks. We're gonna get into what the bottom line is. If the season was to stop today, they would be playing the Clippers in the first round, and we're gonna get into it in a minute. It's Flight Sports TV. Like I said, before we do that, hit that like button and definitely hit that subscribe button. You know, um, so let's break down some facts, man. Number one, Chris Porzingis has really been balling. You understand? He's out there playing defensively. He's blocking shots. He seems like he's kind of coming along from that injury a while back with the New York Knicks. It's a crazy situation, but I like what I'm seeing from Porzingis. He is blocking shots. He's making threes. He's taking it off the dribble. He's pretty much doing what he used to do. Do I think he could sustain that? I'm not 100% sure. But I hope if he could, I think it changes things, especially on the defensive end. Not so much offensively, but when you got a guy that active, tall, remember Porzingis is 7'3", 7 something. He might be taller than that. So you're dealing with a freak of nature. But the Clippers is just if they was to play the Clippers, like I said, I just think it will validate everything that I've been stating since the beginning of time with this team. That the 4-game sweep is on the horizon because you don't want to get locked down with the Clippers. I'm just gonna let the people know right now. I know that you think I know you think that the Dallas has really been balling. They could possibly do some things. Luka Doncic is the best thing ever since sliced bread. I know you heard a lot of rumors and lies, but nonetheless, if they play the Clippers, all of that shit is going to be eradicated very quickly because number one, you're going to have Patrick Beverly in the playoff mode. Playoff mode. You understand? Not some situation where you in the regular season and anything could happen. In playoff mode, it's gonna be lights out for them. The Clippers will just stop everything that they're trying to do. Porzingis, they would send about 5 or 6 different defenders on him at each given time period. Luka Doncic is just gonna get locked down, whether being from Patrick Beverly or Paul George or Kawhi Leonard. Is just so many weapons to throw at a guy like Luka Doncic to just neutralize him, the offense of the Dallas Mavericks, anything that the coaching staff is trying to do. So it is just be a terrible situation. So let's say, for instance, they get that 6 seed because really see, I'm really trying to help y'all out. I know people might think I'm hating. Listen, if y'all get to the 6 seed, then maybe y'all can do some things. Not to say y'all beat any of those teams because you possibly be playing the Rockets or the Jazz. I'm not sure you could beat any of those teams, but I don't know against Utah so much. I don't know. Utah is a tricky team. Because they could turn it on. Remember, I don't know. They could. That'll be a slugfest, man. Houston, who knows? Houston probably got a better chance of probably a gentleman's sweep with Dallas. They'll probably beat Dallas in 5 games. Houston, they'll be going for the sweep, but they'll probably lose in 5. They'll probably win in 5. But the Jazz, I don't know. That's a tricky matchup for me. To say. Not I think Utah will win, but who know? Or even Denver. I think Denver would be a terrible matchup. I think that's 2 gentlemen sweeps. If they get Denver or something like that, that's a gentleman's sweep. Possibly a sweep. So, you guys got to definitely just monitor the situation, because the season, what we got damn near 20 games left, if that, so the time is ticking, even teams at the AFC, listen, time is of the essence right now, man. It's not a lot of time, it's Flight Sports TV, man. So y'all let me know your thoughts, man. This is a live chat right now. We are in a live chat. So definitely get in the live chat, politic with me. If you catching this video after, get in that goddamn comment section and let's politic. Let's get into this, man. Pause. Let's figure out what's going on. Dallas is really I'm not feeling Dallas. No disrespect. I just don't believe that Dallas is the team that people profess them to be. I feel like the NBA prop Luka Doncic up, as some type of prop, knowing what's awaiting him. But I tell you what, if Luka Doncic roll up in the playoffs against the Clippers and he fuck around and win a game or even 2, now you talking about a legend in the making. Now you talk. That's the only way Luka Doncic is gonna get my respect in the playoffs. I'm not concerned about the triple doubles. I'm not concerned about this. I'm not concerned about this stat line. It's like they just come up. They just create new goddamn stats and different accomplishments just to praise certain players. They just come up with a new situation tomorrow. Like tomorrow, LeBron James is the 5th person and such of such and such. Just some, what the hell are you talking about? You understand? So it's a tricky situation, but I'm just here trying to bring awareness to the people, because I know gambling is legal. I don't want y'all betting the house, the cars, and the jewels, and losing every goddamn thing on these Dallas Mavericks. Roll with the Lakers or something, roll with the Clippers, a little bit something more for certain. You understand? It is what it is. Roll with Milwaukee. There's a lot of teams. Miami, it is what it is. But Dallas is let's see what happens. If they would roll up in the playoffs and they make noise in the playoffs, now we talking. But I just don't foresee that. That's the problem. I don't foresee it. If it come to pass, it come to pass, and I'm gonna be right here to pay homage once Dallas mess around and do something in the playoffs. But as of right now, I don't see nothing happening for Dallas. I see a 4-game sweep if they play them Clippers. And don't be surprised, the NBA is tricky like that. The NBA is very funny style. They prop Dallas up all year long for everybody to be hyped up, and they gonna lock their ass down with the Clippers. Come on, that's filthy. Maybe the NBA. I think the NBA might try to facilitate something because they know Luka Doncic is the golden boy. So you understand they gotta kind of see if they could propel him in the playoff series or something. Try to give him a team that they could possibly upset. And Rudy Gobert is no joke. So it's a tricky situation. Who can they really upset? Because I feel like Denver is a bad matchup because Denver got so many pieces. So it is what it is, man. Let's see what happens in that matchup. I'm interested to see. But Luka Doncic, man, he's really been playing well. Like if you watched him against the New Orleans Pelicans that game, he really put Drew Holiday in the blender. I am impressed what I'm seeing from Luka Doncic. It's just the only issue is people overhype players. Some players are just overhyped for no reason. you know. But just sometimes it's just over exaggerated. You go from you talk about this guy like he's this, that, and the third, and realistically, it's a trip. You can't, you put he's the next Larry, he's LeBron, he's a list of players, as many names they claimed he was better than, so what we gonna do? What we gonna do about this, man? It's Flight Sports TV, man. I just wanted to bring awareness to the people, and we out here, man. It is what it is, man. It's Flight Sports. Get in that subscribe button. Let's politic with the people. But nonetheless, man, Dallas is in for major trouble come playoff time, man. I don't believe in them. It'll be lights out. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to the Flight Sports members, man. We'll be back in a minute. It's Flight Sports TV.